Today I made some hand sanitizer after I heard from someone at work that can't find hand sanitizer in the stores anymore because of this panic with coronavirus. So I can tell you that any panic sells, any panic is being used to sell. So insurance companies always will sell you a product by selling fear, selling panic. And when an agent, an insurance agent, want to sell you their product, they always tell you about accidents, people dying, people getting into trouble. So that's their way of selling. Now with explosion of coronavirus across the world, the internet is flooded with this type of news, causing panic everywhere. And in every country, people buy food, buy supplies to last a couple of weeks. It's like before a big hurricane, before a big disaster. And SARS came and SARS went. Other, like Ebola, came, it went. And of course, there are people who are going to suffer. I'm not trying to minimize the news, but I don't fall for this type of firing news that benefit some people, make them millions or billions of dollars in total in sales using the social media. So I don't fall for that. So and also I'm not passing the responsibility to the healthcare officials and the government. You know, I'm responsible for me and my family, and everyone should think the same way. Don't blame other people. Don't pass what is supposed to be on your shoulders, on your head, to others. Okay, so I take some measures, especially personal hygiene. I teach my kids. And so today I experimented. I went to a store here, a pharmacy type of store, and I was looking for hand sanitizer, and of course it was gone. And I saw a Chinese guy with a hand basket full of stuff, and I looked into his basket. I had a glimpse to see because he was in a panic mode. I could see he was looking like those people on TV when the news present you those scenes that they select out of hours and hours of recording. They select only those that are having an impact on people's minds. So probably that guy saw people buying and overbuying stuff in different other countries, especially in China, and he had that attitude like, "What to buy it, buy, quick, before it's running out." So I did see that he bought some alcohol, rubbing alcohol or something. And I thought, oh, that's a great idea. So I bought 2 bottles and some hand soap that is into a foaming container. And I'll show you what I did. This is not a way to do it, a recipe. It's just my way, hoping that I open some people's minds how to try to be self-sufficient. So what I did, I had some mouthwash, a container that has a little bit of that mouthwash, and I used it that as a container for my experiment for my liquid. And I had a bunch of other bottles here, old ones, new ones, the ones that I bought, and also aloe vera hand moisturizer and some other hand soaps and stuff. And I read the ingredients on each one, and I decided to minimize the amount of chemicals I put on my skin. So I see here this one that has antibacterial properties. I use it just for that purpose, but I'm not going to dump a lot of this stuff on my hands. So don't forget, the skin has pores, so the skin is breathing, so take stuff in and let stuff come out. So if you put too much stuff on your skin every day, then don't question other entities, other companies, why they poison you, because you allow stuff they sell you. You allow that stuff to get into your body through different means. And so I look at this one. I bought this one mostly for the container and for the scent, because it smells nice. And I look at other type of soaps, and I see a long list of chemicals that I'm not a chemical engineer or a pharmacist to understand what they do, but if I want to read like I did in the past, I'll figure that lots of that is poisonous stuff for my body. And I used soap like this one, like I said, for the scent and also for the foaming properties. So what I did, I used some of this soap. It's a very, very cheap soap, hand soap, and I dumped it into that bottle. I dumped one of this isopropyl alcohol into the mix. Some of this stuff. It has some scent and also some, like I said, antibacterial properties. And in my case, I use some of this stuff, the glycerin, because my skin, my hands are dry most of the times, depends of the day, but most of the days my skin is very dry. So this one is acting like moisturizer. Once it dries out of the mix, I'll show you in a bit, leaves a slippery film on your skin surface. It might get into the skin a little bit, but it's not as poisonous as other chemicals into the whole mix here. So once I mixed a whole stuff here, I can test the viscosity. So is low viscosity, and it's good because I don't want some soapy stuff on my hands, which takes some time to dry, and so it's almost like a water, and also it's foamy, which is a good thing because it helps me to save some of this material. So foaming effect saves you. It's an economical way to save some of the liquid. And so I put it back into the container, into the original container, which had hand soap before, but now is this mix with high concentration of alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and some glycerin, like I said, and it works pretty nice. So you see, and even in the hand, so the foam is gone within seconds, and it dries. So if I rub it for 30 seconds, it dries. And in my case, I use, like I said, glycerin because I want my skin to prevent cracks. Like sometimes I get cracks on the fingertips because of the very dry skin and using some cleaning stuff at work. So let's see how fast it dries. So I'm going to rub this thing here. So now the foam is gone, and I will speed up the drying process. The idea of using isopropyl alcohol is that it evaporates way faster than the water, and it has some sort of antiviral or cleaning properties, and also removes the grease of your hands, like a sweat and greasy waste produced by the skin. So it does help to do some of the cleaning without using soap and water. Let's say if you are outside somewhere at your car or on the field somewhere and you don't have water available to wash your hands and to dry it, yeah, use a little bit of this material, this liquid, and it acts like a hand sanitizer and like a little bit of soap. So it's a quick way of doing it, very cheap. So you don't have to pay those guys who have to pay their own workers. So when you buy hand sanitizer or any other product, uh, if you can do it, you save the labor, you save shipping, you save uh, the profit of the company that sells, the store that sells. So those things, those money stay in your pocket, and you pay a little bit of shipping and other costs. But if you buy bulk, if you buy a larger quantity of this one, and you're going to make a larger quantity that lasts you, let's say, a couple of months, if you use this one more often, then you save a few dollars. And maybe it's not really important, a few dollars for you, but you know what you put in your body, on your skin. Okay, so that's kind of my point of making this one. And for me today, since I did not find the sanitizer in the store, I thought, okay, I had to do it. It was not really mandatory. I'm not afraid of this coronavirus or anything like that, but it's mostly for my kids because they interact with other kids who are not really following basic hygiene rules, and why suffer when you can prevent this type of disease or illness or whatever? Why suffer? It's cheap and easy and fast. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.